Hi, good morning everybody. This is Jean here. Jean Truelove from Truelove Quilts for You. I have my husband Ian. And Ian actually was in my last video, as you saw. And he has come to a conclusion totally nothing to do with me. So I'm going to step aside and I'm going to let my husband Ian talk about my latest upcoming project to come, my little tote bag. So Ian.
Well, unaccustomed as I am to public speaking, my dear Jean, when I watched the video where I made the choice here in the sewing room here, I sort of reached for the first thing that I saw, and I like it. I like it very much. Remember? The inner and the outer for the tote bag. But I was thinking about it afterwards, having watched the video. This is not really very serviceable, although I like it. It's almost white, and in no time at all it's going to get very dirty. So, talking to Jean this morning, I thought I better choose something a little bit more serviceable, harder wearing if you like, because tote bags, they get used. So I went searching. I went searching in another fabric room that Jean has, and over the weekend our dear Maxwell had one of his brothers paint a wall. It's beautiful blue for his miniature car collection, and I quite like blue. She don't like blue. So I picked out this. Immediately it's blue, just like the wall that Maxwell's just had, and he's already put his
Hot
Wheels collection on one of the few walls that he got painted. Actually, I've got to keep this out so you can see it, and it looks really great. It's Maxwell's choice. I quite like blue, so I immediately went for that, and I thought, well, maybe not on the outside. And Jean made a suggestion.
No, I didn't.
I really like it.
Okay. Because I don't want people to think you're henpecked and I'm bullying you. I said that's very beautiful, even though I don't like blue. I'm like, oh, it's lovely. I really mean it. This is Ian's selection. Then I was just pointing and that came up.
Well, it's wonderful because we like maps.
Yes.
We like going on rides and following a map. You know, if we're going from A to B, if we have a destination, we like to trace the route on the map. And in fact, we've got a few good maps that we want to be using. Well, this is a map of the world.
Yes.
Several images of a map of the world, and we've got friends and family all over the world and always in touch. So my choice. I like this map of the world with that on the inside. Make it really, as I say, harder wearing, serviceable, etc. And I love this.
Lovely.
Love it.
Yeah.
I'll just open it out a bit so you can see it.
Yeah.
It really is magnificent.
And we have enough of it. Ian did choose a blue that it was very pretty. It really was. I was fine with it, but I didn't have enough. And again, you need at least 1 2/3 yards to make this tote bag. And I'm going to be getting into the cutting instructions and how we're going to sew it. So this is really very pretty. Rand McNally's Popular Map of North America. It's so pretty. It's lovely. And even though it's light colored in areas, it has the dark blue, and the lining will look really pretty. So that is Ian's choice, and he's come to that conclusion all by himself. Nothing to do with me, folks.
And it's just coincidental I've got a pink shirt on. Jean loves pink.
I do love pink.
That was for a meeting that I had earlier on.
Yeah, that's lovely. So anyway, folks, follow along with this video. Maxwell's coming in, hopefully, and I'll be giving you the cutting instructions and how to sew our little tote bag. Thanks. Thank you, Ian. So Ian has chosen the outside of his fabric, which is this lovely map fabric. Even though it's a little bit lighter, it still has the darker bits. And it's quite in keeping because it's a tote bag. We're going to be going places. And then the inside, he's done a blue for the lining. Now, what we're going to be doing, if you choose to get one fabric for our tote bag, this is the tote bag we're making. if you're going to be having one fabric like I did here for the lining and for the outside, as I've said, you're going to be needing about 1 2/3 yards of fabric. This fabric is 44 inches wide, as it has come from the manufacturer. This is a quilting cotton, and it's, you know, about usable about 42 inches to 44 inches wide. Okay, we're going to be having to cut 2, either of the same fabric of the 1 2/3, or, as I was saying before, if you're doing the lining a different fabric and you're outside a different fabric, you're still cutting 2 pieces, 1 each of the fabrics, 19 inches wide by 56 inches long. You're going to have a little bit left from your 1 2/3, but it's okay. So I'm going to be cutting one piece 19 by 56 and another piece 19 by 56. Out of my outer fabric, my map fabric, I'm going to be cutting 1 4-inch by 7-inch piece for my strap. So what I've done is I have actually cut 56 inches off of that one, and I'm just starting to do this. I had just pulled this, or Ian had just pulled this from my stash in the other room. And what I'm doing is I'm making sure I'm getting my 56 inches really nice. I have my rotary cutter and my ruler, and on my mat here, as you can see, my mat, which is a martelling mat, which is an awesome mat, it starts the 1 inch, but it's in 1 inch. If you can, I'm trying to see if I can see this here. Hold up. It starts the 1 inch right in here. So I'm going to measure from 1 inch. I need 56 inches. I'm going to be measuring to here, 36, and then I'll come over, just like they do at the fabric store, and 36, 46, 56. I just have to cut off and neaten up this bottom edge here to make my 56 inches. So I'm going to be taking my lip ruler here, and there's my 20. That's what I want to do, that blue line there. And I'm just going to make double check. And this was all raggedy here, just off the bolt. This is all raggedy. So I'm just going to be cutting that very slowly and very carefully with my rotary cutter, which I'm actually closing after each cut. And I have a nice 56-inch piece. Now each piece. So what I do is I make sure that the fold, I'm folding this into about 4. All the fold lines are along the same space there, right there, okay? And then all my selvages are together, exactly the same. Now I'm going to be cutting off the selvage. I want to have this piece. Now sometimes the selvage is a bit wider, as you can see. So I'm just going to be cutting this off. I need 19 inches of fabric, but right now I'm just going to put my lip edge ruler. Everything is nice and straight and square, and I'm going to be cutting that off probably about 21. I'm just cutting off the selvages. Okay, you see that? I cut off all of those selvage pieces. All right, now what I'm going to do, this is the folded edge here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this around and put my beautiful cut edge. Everything is really nice and square. Okay, I'm not going to get any little elbows, any little kinks in my final cut. I'm putting it on my 1-inch marker here, and I'm going to go to the 19-inch. And again, I'm cutting off this folded edge right here, right there. There you go. So there is 2 pieces, 19 inches by 56 inches. I'm only going to be using 1, so I have all of that fabric left over. Okay, so there's my lining for my bag. If you had wanted to make your bag the same exact fabric, that's it. That's all you would have cut. But now I'm going to do the exact same thing with the outside of my fabric here. That I have 2 pieces, 19 by 56. I could make actually 2 bags. So there's my 1 piece that I don't need. I'll put that aside. And here is the front of my bag. I do need a piece 4 inches, but for my extra piece, I need a piece 4 inches by 7 inches for my little strap. That is this piece right here. That is this sort of, we're making like a scrunchie right here, okay? So this piece is 4 inches by 7 inches. And there's my 4 inch by 7 inch piece. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting the pretty sides together, the pretty side of the fabric to the pretty side of the fabric. Or if you see in a pattern, right sides together. That means this, right sides together. Okay, so I think I'll be pinning this. What we're going to do is we're going to leave an opening at this top here. Of this, I'm working my left here. We're going to be leaving an opening right here, about 5 or 6 inches. Okay, this is going to be opened, and this is going to be sewn here. We're going to start, and we're going to sew all the way around the 2 pieces together. I will pin them together for Maxwell. We're going to sew all the way down and across the bottom and then up the other side. So, sit up. Sit up. Are you excited?
Can I have a tissue?
Oh, yes, of course. Okay.
So. You want to flip the screen?
Yes, okay.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I know you don't. Sit up. Sit up. I'm going to show you what you're going to be doing.
I am sitting up.
Okay, or sit down because I can't see your face. Because you're going to be hunched over the machine. Well, you're not going to hunch. Okay, so what is this, Maxwell? This is my...
the juku what's covered in flower stickers.
Yeah, okay. So, we have a treat today. Maxwell is going to be sewing the first part of my tote bag. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing Maxwell how to thread the machine. I'm going to put the camera around here and I'm going to thread it, and then you're going to thread it, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to practice a little piece before we do the real thing on a little scrap of fabric. Or would you like to just practice right now?
I don't know.
Okay, well why don't we just practice right now and then I'll show you how to thread the machine. Okay? Now you see that line right there?
What about it?
We're going to try to keep that fold right along that line, okay? Now what I have done is I've turned my machine down to turtle instead of rabbit, so it goes very slowly because you're a beginner, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to gently press. I'll go through this with you.
So essentially like driving a car, but
like,
instead of...
Exactly, driving a car. So what you're going to do is, obviously the needle, you've seen Mom do this a million times. Okay, you're going to guide your fabric with this hand, okay?
Post-traumatic stress?
No, it's not post-traumatic stress. You're just making a seam on a sewing machine. Okay, so now what you're going to do with this hand, okay, just watch your fingers. You said you don't want to sew your finger. Just keep your fingers away. It's just going to go slowly, the machine. Oh, what happened?
I just pressed it.
You just broke my stinking machine.
No, I didn't.
Okay, go on.
Do I
press it again.
And to just hold it there?
Yeah.
Why do I don't like this?
What's wrong with my machine? Maxwell! Oh, why is it making that noise? Oh no. Okay.
Because I wasn't pushing hard enough.
Okay, there you go. Okay. Now just what your aim is to keep it very straight, your seam. Okay, you're doing one seam. That's it. Nothing to be frightened of. Excellent. You come to the bottom. Now stop. Now stop. Now this machine keeps the needle down. You see that? The needle is in the machine?
I'm assuming that button puts it up.
Well, I'm going to show you, just reach around, because this is a mechanical machine, and raise that presser foot with the needle down. Now, turn the fabric. There you go. Now put the needle down, and then stitch that seam.
It's funny, I feel like I've done this before.
Yeah, you have done this before when we were in our... Why is my machine making this noise? What the heck? Okay.
Well...
No, keep your eyes there. Okay, stop. There you go. Now do the same thing. And come back on yourself.
I always think it's a lot higher than it is.
I know. Okay, turn it. There you go. Why my machine's making that noise?
Well, treat me as a...
Watch, keep your eyes on.
Well, I'm not a professional over here.
You're doing a grand job.
Like I've done this one before.
You're doing an excellent job. You're keeping it really straight.
You're wondering how am I doing this like I've actually sewn before?
You did sew in our family home.
No, that's not where I originally sewed.
You sewed in school. Okay. So now you want to you always pull this forward to raise the needle. You would think you would put it backwards, wouldn't you, to raise the needle? But you always turn the hand wheel.
I knew that.
You knew that. Okay, now you can pull the presser foot up and pull it out. I always like pinch that thread and pull. And then with your scissors, which I have tied to the machine so that they are always there.
Well, you tend to lose yours?
Because I tend to lose my scissors. What the heck? Why can't you cut it? Heck no. Oh, you're...
Certain scissors I can't use.
Okay, you're left-handed. I'll cut it. Okay. Oh. Okay, excellent job. Excellent job. Now, I'm going to put the camera around where I'm going to show you how you're going to thread the machine, okay? So with this machine here, my thread is coming over here. Every machine is sort of the same, but a little bit different. You go in this thread guide for my Juki, and then I go on the third thread guide, okay? Now what you want to do is from your spool, this is called like the tension wheel, the tension disc. You're going to go through those discs in between them. You see that? And then you're going to come down to here, and there's another disc. And then you're wanting to go catch that spring. Watch when I catch the spring. See my spring? See how the spring goes? You see that? Then I'm going to come down to this thread guide and up and through and down. And then it's just thread guides. And then into this one, back into that one, and then thread the needle from left to right. So I'll do that again very quickly, okay? On this machine.
So you're telling me I have to do this?
Yeah, you just said it's easy. 1, 2.
So I pretty much almost got it entirely.
There, 3, down, up into the thread spring, down into that guide, up into that guide, up into the take-up lever, back down, into that one, into that thread guide, into that thread guide, and then left to right. Okay? So now every machine is slightly different, but we'll try.
Yours is more of a mechanical machine.
This is a mechanical machine, but most machines, even from you know, the first sewing machine was pretty much done like this way. Now let me.
Where thread?
That one. That's it. And what you go.
I can have a steady hand.
That's it. You have a steady hand in and then down.
Arg.
Okay, and then you go across through the discs That's it. And then you come down, and then you come up to catch the spring. There you go. And then you go down to the thread guide. You might have to put a little bit of tension on it. Then you come into that one. That's it. And you come up to the thread guide, the take up lever, and you come back down. And there, oh my goodness, you're like a pro. You might have to have a little bit of, and then you do the back one, a little bit of tension on it. Wow, Maxwell. And then you thread from left to right.
You're not good with your lefts and rights, but you know machine.
I do know this one. There you go. Perfect, Maxwell. So now when you start to sew, you always take your bobbin thread, which I won't go over now. The bobbin is threaded, and you put it back under, the two tails back under the presser foot. Okay, so now since you have...
You were wondering how I did that so quickly.
Now, what we're going to do, this is the material. This is.
Oh no.
I know there's a lot of pins because I can't find my clips. So just be careful. I have it sort of rolled up. What we're going to do, as I was showing in the beginning of this video, we're going to be making an opening from here to there. So I put a little mark there. I want you to go down from that point. There you go. Now stop. Okay, now needle down and pivot, and then you're going to come along here. We're going to sew this about 1/2 inch. So your needle, oops, okay. Put your presser foot up. Now just move the needle back a little bit to about here. Now you can pivot, and we're just going to sew here. Now the pins, bring all that over there. That's it. The pins are here. The pins are here so that when you're sewing from this point to here,
so like stop here,
you can
pull it out.
Let it out. Yes, okay?
Yes.
So press your foot down. And then I'll take the pins.
Like I've done this one before, but I've never done
before. And that's it. Needle down.
I can't pick up that pin.
Okay. And then press a foot up. Now you have a long seam to do. That's it. Put it in your lap, sort of wrap it up, and don't be frightened of the pins. It might. That's it.
Yeah.
Maybe you're going to sit a little bit closer to the machine?
No, I'm fine.
No? Okay, you're fine. Okay. Now your needle, no. You have to put your presser foot down. That's it. No, it's okay. That's all right. I don't know what's wrong with my machine. There you go. Oh, I think your thread came undone.
Wait, what? Oh, no, it did.
Oh, no. Something's wrong with my machine. Do you believe it?
And all the times I use your machine, it breaks.
I tell you. What?
Did it again?
Something's wrong with my machine. Oh, do you believe this?
How come when I step in the mix, something's wrong with it, and when you use it, nothing's wrong?
No. That's something. No, you didn't break it or anything. That's it.
Or did I?
Or did you? Did you break my machine?
Yeah. I cannot.
This tote bag's gonna take 65 hours to make. Oh, jeez.
Can you get it? Needle, go in. Yes, was.
Okay. Now up, and under. Now let's try to start again. Needle down, press your foot down. Excellent, Maxwell. Now just sort of put it a little bit harder. There you go. You have to push it a bit harder. Excellent. Then you check to see if it's stitching.
It is.
It is. Brilliant.
I feel like that is like grandma's paste.
Yeah, it is grandma's paste, but right now, maybe when that's it. That's it. Perfect. Press your foot up. Now, if you're more comfortable, I can turn it a little bit faster. But right now it's on turtle.
You turn it just a bit faster.
Just a little bit faster. So right now this machine has the ability to go very slow. Just keep it going slow. Just push it, guide it with 2 hands. Now you have to go fast. Something's wrong with it. There you go, once it gets going.
Are you stitching? Oh, yes you are.
Yeah. Okay, now keep going. Keep guiding it. Watch your, yeah, that's it. Keep guiding it. And then I'll put it a little bit faster.
Huh. It's like I've done this before. But I've never sewn before. Or have I?
You've done, or have you? That's it. You're doing a grand job, keeping lovely and straight.
I've never sewn in my life.
Now you sewed once at tech school? Did you sew?
Middle school.
Oh, middle school, that's right. Okay, you're keeping nice and straight. Okay. Are you going off a little bit?
Maybe.
Okay, so you have to go.
No.
No, you don't want to do it?
Nah, I'm done here.
Are you done? Why is that?
I don't want to do it.
You don't want to do it?
Bye-bye. See you later.
No, just, okay, you don't have to do it. I'll finish up. So what happened?
I don't know.
I think it just went a little bit, I think it went just a little bit crooked. But that's okay. For the first time, you did excellent. You should be very proud of yourself. Yeah, so we went from about 1/2 inch of a seam to about 1/4 inch of a seam.
Oh, or probably an eighth.
Or 1/8 of an inch. Or like off the fabric.
Probably off. No, I'm actually on the fabric.
You're on the fabric. You're doing wonderful. It's awesome. So I'll just go back and I'll just do it a little bit wider of a seam.
Well, I'm a beginner and I know nothing.
No, you know nothing, but you did excellent.
Like how I did all that threading, like.
You did an excellent job
done.
threading. Okay, you're done? All right. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Maxwell.
See you
Bye-bye.
later.
See you later. Thank you.
Did I do it better than you when you first started?
You did, Maxwell. You did an excellent job. Thank you so much.
Million stitches. What do you think?
Probably. Okay, I'm just going to explain to the people why I do what I do here. When I make an opening, I think I've shown you people before, when I do the opening, which is, well, this one's about 4 or 5 inches. It's okay, just enough to get my hand in. I stitch off the fabric this way, vertically, to about 1/4 inch down, and then I come along, because that way I have a stop. I have a stop instead of just a seam here, which can get, maybe with all of the pulling the fabric, it can get a little bit raggedy or a bit stretched out. This way I have a stop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over this seam yet again.